Hey guys, welcome back to our awesome little city here. This is City Skylines 2. Today we're going to be focusing on moving. We're going to be moving the industry area. I want to be able to utilize the fertile land that we found underneath it. We're also going to be preparing the highway for our expansions that are coming up later on. We're going to be preparing this highway by lowering it into the ground a little bit. So we're going to do a little bit of landscaping, I suppose, here. We're also going to fix a couple of problems I'm seeing over here. I don't like how this neighborhood is kind of jutting into the ground over here. So we're going to tear some things out here and sort of, well, force them to rebuild it, basically. We also have demand for low density residential, kind of a lot of it. And I think we're starting to get a lot of people that want to live on the water. All right. It's so appealing. Right, everybody goes in and talks about it at brunch, and they're just like, hey, how come I can't? Well, we're gonna fix that too. I also see, like, again, the landscape kind of doing this little bit here, so we're gonna fix a lot of these little tiny things and expand into a whole new area here. I'd like to expand over here on the other side of the river, so get them starting to live over here. That'd be nice. I also think maybe we could get a little suburb kind of thing happening over here, possibly. Hopefully we level up today, and when we do, we'll be able to unlock additional plots of land and stuff as well. So first, let's talk about the industry. Originally, I was going to do some houses and stuff over here, but I've changed my mind. I've decided that we're not going to do housing over here. We are instead going to move the industry over here. A couple of reasons for this. One, I think this little island here could be nice for a port, especially if I gut all this stuff and just kind of move it in. We could definitely have a port right here for shipping and stuff, which I think would be kind of nice. These pre-built bridges are high enough for ships to go underneath them. The other thing is we could also then give, if we're over here with industry, we could then be giving them access to the freeway over here, and they wouldn't be sharing access over here. The main reason though, the major reason for this though, is because this map comes with a train track included, and as you can see, the train track is already pre-built over here, so I might as well get them on the train tracks and stuff over here too. So as we expand our city today, we're going to be able to buy more land, hoping to buy out the land over here, and then we can start by trying to get industry moved over here. In the meantime though, since we have the demand for it, I'm going to go ahead and tell them that they're allowed to build their industry buildings over here. For the time being, I'm going to allow that to happen. Okay, so just go ahead and start building your stuff over there if you want to. All right, next thing, as far as industries go, I like specialized industry. So we have this area over here, and this is where our grain is, I think, anyway. I'm not entirely sure they're working it. It does say 31% efficiency, so maybe half a grain is perhaps more like half a brain. I'm not sure. I thought they would be building structures over here, but perhaps not. These guys are definitely running. You can see the smoke and stuff going, which is pretty good. We're going to put vegetables over here now because we have the ability to do so. So specialized industries, vegetable farming, and we're just going to plop the vegetable farm in. I don't think it really matters where I put it, so we'll just pop it in right there. And well, then we'll go ahead and redraw the lines, and I think I'll bring this side over to the road. About here probably. I think this side needs to go all the way down like that, and then all the way down like that. There we go. And now we'll bring this straight up 90-degree angle so that we can always have the road still. There we go. We'll bring this part over about that far, should be good. And then let's bring this part down and keep the 90 over there, I guess, all the way down to about here. There we go. And then finally this side will then go right down to the road like so. Okay. You can see they've already started building little structures over here. Seems good. Okay, budget-wise, we're at a deficit of about 14,000. We can fix that. Right now, we're purchasing electricity. I'd like to flip that over and start exporting it if I could. So we're going to come over to our wind turbines, and these things can actually be upgraded as well. We don't just need to place more, we can actually upgrade them. Much like all the other civil service buildings, you can upgrade these as well. So I can add, for example, the advanced rotor system, could add an extra, up to an extra 2.5 megawatts to my grid for 5,000 a month. All right, 3,000 a month for this one, up to an extra 2 megawatts or so. And this is pretty efficient because a whole new turbine. It's 15,000 a month and can do up to 5.
Emergency broadcast
Uh-oh.
to all citizens. The fire and rescue service reports that fires
That is
are currently spreading in the nearby forest.
really far away from me.
Billowing clouds of smoke
I
pose a
don't-
serious health risk to anyone nearby.
I don't think I have to care about
At
that one.
this time,
We're gonna
all
leave that alone.
citizens in the affected area
Okay,
are instructed to
so over here-
immediately move to a safe.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade the rotor here. It's an extra 5,000 a month. There we go. And we're also gonna upgrade the rotor on this one over here. There we go. And I can also do this one over here as well. So adding additional power capacity for everyone. I'd like to do this one, but it says it's overlapping items. So the only thing I can think of is like the power poles and stuff might be in the way for this one. I'd like to move it, but that's going to cost me like 4,500 extra. Kind of defeats the purpose of the upgrade, if that's the case. It doesn't look like I can add the solar panels or anything like that to this one, but it won't let me upgrade this one because of where it's placed. So I'm not going to reposition this just so I can upgrade it. It's just going to cost me extra. We're just going to play that one as it lies. But hopefully with those upgrades in place, we won't be buying as much power from the border anymore. So we'll see how this gets adjusted. Right now, it still says 15,000. It does take a little bit of time for this to correct itself. What I hope to see is 0 and possibly even some additional. Yep, there it is right there. We're now exporting electricity, and it's starting to come down here a little bit now. So we'll check back in on that later. Okay. We're actually going to need to reposition a few different things here. This is where it comes in from the border, but I don't really need this to be connected here. Oh, and you know what? I probably should turn the music back on. Yeah. I just wanted to, kill the service alert or the fire alert. Anyway, so this is where the transformer is. And what we're going to do actually is I'm going to move this transformer and we're going to move this over here. Okay. But before we do that, we're going to redesign this area here a little bit. And in so doing, we will have this highway coming down a little bit. At the moment, you can see how it's kind of flat. And this is raised up. We're going to lower this a little bit, but this bridge will end up coming down just a little bit here. But we're also going to lower this ground here by about like 8 meters or so. And this is going to allow us to have sort of like a trench, if you will, a highway that goes underneath the ground. That way I can get bridges over top of it, because probably going to be utilizing this and having bridges going over top of it. I'll probably end up doing the same thing to this side over here, but I don't own all this land. I can do it here, and so I will. So first thing I'm going to do for this, we're obviously going to keep it paused because I'm cutting all the power. So let's keep all this paused. Hold these power poles back to about there should be fine, I think. Yeah, we're going to want to get rid of the ramps that we made. So get rid of all these, and we're going to start getting rid of the two-way highways here too. We have access to highway roads now. We didn't have access to those before. And so with that, I'm actually going to be altering a lot of the roads that I have in the city over here too. For example, if I don't want anyone to build on a certain road, like this right here, for example, I don't need anyone building on this street, right? This is an arterial street, an arterial road. It's high capacity. I don't need anyone to build on it. So I could make these a highway instead. This one right here is a good example of a road that would work really well as a highway road. So I can come over to the highway roads instead and do like a 4-lane highway. It's the same $250 a month, it's the same maintenance as the other highways. The only difference is there's no zoning on it. So you see all the zones are made here, but if I go like this, now all of a sudden we don't have any zoning on these roads. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want zoning on these roads. I also don't want anyone to park on these roads. There's no reason to have people parking on these roads either. So we're getting rid of those as well. So as we go through here, we can upgrade these roads so they don't look so silly, and we don't have people zoning on them. And it also, I think, increases the maximum speed they're going to be allowed to move on these roads, which is also a pretty important thing. So you can do something like that. This over here is going to be a 2-lane. Yeah, we're going to do a 2-lane highway here, there, and there, and there, right? And so by doing that, we make it to where nobody is parking over there either. So if you're parking on the street, you're parking over here, all right? So we can go through a lot of our different roads that we don't want people to be, we don't want zoned, and we can change those up later on too, okay? Okay, so here's how I think I want to play this. We're going to delete this up to there, and I'm going to go in with my landscaping tools here. I'm not going to leave you with this entire thing, all right? We're going to do the whole time-lapse thing for this, but I just kind of wanted to show you what the idea is anyway. So what I'm going to do is pick a spot. I think probably about here is good. And let's maybe make this a little bit weaker and maybe a little bit smaller even. We're going to make it flat with this one, let's say. So we're going to raise this up, make this a nice flat area, and we're just going to kind of test this out and see whether or not this road will clear. I suspect I need to go down. This is technically coming up right now, and there's really no reason for this road to rise up like this. So I'm actually going to pull this back too, and which is good. We can make that a highway road as well. Let's bring this down to make it level with this road, let's say. So we want this area here to be level with this road. We can go actually even smaller with this. Probably better to go stronger. Here we go. I could just make this level over here, and it's going to drop that road down a little bit by doing this because it no longer has to go up above that. And that's going to allow me to have this highway drop down a little sooner too, because the road isn't so high underneath it. All right, that seems good. Now, of course, we do have this coming up a little bit here. So maybe I should go in and just do it even lower, maybe even down like this, right? I could do something like that, and then we'll end up fading it with the slope tool. We'll end up making this all nice and neat and looking much better. But now it's more level with this street here, which is kind of nice. Okay, what I'd like to do with this is we're gonna have the bridge. It's gonna come down to this part here, about there, and then also on this side over to here. All right, so that gets us our highway back over to this, and see how it slopes down a little bit? That's what I'm looking for. So if we have this little 2-lane highway, and I just bring this over like this, right? We can bring this highway underneath this bridge now. A lot easier. And we'll hook it up over here on this side. I'm going to flatten it all out, though. I'm just kind of showing you what the idea is for now. Okay, so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have this part dip down. So we're going to say maybe, I don't know, 60. Let's go about this thick should be good. We're going to hold down the right click on this, and we're going to drop this lower. So I want all of this land to be a lot lower elevation than it was before. And this is so that the highway road can get down in here, and we're going to have sort of this same approach we did over here where the highway's kind of dipping into the ground. We're going to do the same thing right here, but intentionally and in more extremes. Okay, so that's it. Highway's complete, or at least the retrofits for the highway's complete. I did discover something. I discovered that the highways don't actually carry utilities. So when I made these roads highways, it did not work the way I expected them to. Because if you go into the electricity, this is not a highway. This is the normal road again, and this is the highway. So it's not just an aesthetic change or anything like that for zoning. It also doesn't carry utilities, and I just didn't know that ahead of time. So I'm kind of learning that part as I go. I remember that in the previous game, right? It wasn't about like all the utilities and stuff didn't travel on roads in the previous game. They kind of were carried in a different way. So learning that is a little bit of a challenge, but it's fine. I want this to be shaped a little bit differently. So I am going to redo this. We're going to use the normal streets for this because I want the utilities to go. And we're just going to have this kind of go more straight. Maybe just more straight, not completely straight. Here we go. And there we go. And about like that. There. So it looks a little bit better now. We're not going to have anybody, I guess they'll probably try to park on this road, I suppose, but we're not going to have anything zoned on this road, so it doesn't really matter. Electricity is being generated over here, so this part never got cut from power, but everything else just kind of temporarily, I lost power throughout most of my Republic here. Throughout the course of this, I was doing a lot of changes to the terrain and to try to get all these roads and stuff to behave the way I wanted them to. And that doesn't look like I'm quite done yet, although I think I'm mostly done. Doesn't look like I'm quite done. So I am going to continue to just make little alterations and stuff through here just to get it to look better because it currently does not look very good. But I am going to keep working on this area over here just to kind of get it to look a little bit better. And assuming I can tame this beast, which looks like it's almost done, but just not quite. But we should have a nice residential area in here that doesn't look terrible anymore. So that's really good. Speaking of nice looking residential areas, let's go make some because we have a huge demand for it and they're just begging me to do it. So right along the water's edge over here, we're going to go ahead and let them build, let there be homes on the edge of the water over in this area with a little commercial zone right there. Go with it as well. And nobody's going to have any homes over here. So they should start building these pretty much immediately. But you see, we got all this room over here too, and I kind of want to get a bridge that takes people over to the other side here and kind of can get over here. So what I thought I'd do for this is we'd go page up here. And I don't know exactly how tall we have to make this in order for it to not block boats later. I have no idea. So I don't know if it's like I've been playing a lot of workers and resources, so I'm used to different tools, but I'm thinking this is probably acceptable. And we can actually get this to curve right through here if we can, just kind of like over like that. That's fine. These bridges, not this one, I built that one, but these bridges here were already made by the game, and it does look like that's a little bit higher than what this bridge is. So we may have a problem with boats. If we do, we'll just remake the bridge. No big deal. Or I'll move it to a different place or whatever. I mean, I can always have it cross kind of anywhere else. So, or maybe not even cross at all. You have to take the highway over there, but that's probably not a good thing. Anyway, over here, what I'd like to do is the same thing I did over there. So I'm going to take these homes right here. We're just going to make a road. Kind of goes out and about like this. I probably want this to be a highway, right? Yeah, probably we could do highway here. That way there's no zoning on this. I don't want to have to deal with zoning, so we could go like a highway here and then around. Oh, you're not gonna, I thought you were gonna turn. There we go, curve around that way. There we go. And then we just have this highway kind of take people around about like this. That's fine. And then as they make their way over here, you know, they'll start having other ways to get into their house. So maybe they can go this way to get into this neighborhood too. There we go. And then maybe I can have another entrance be over here in this corner. About like that. I don't want to disrupt these other houses though. Maybe like this. Yeah, I was trying to avoid this happening, but we could always put like a park or something here instead of zoning that. So that's fine. So let's go in and just make our low density residential. We'll just click the button and they'll start building immediately. They all want to live over here, right? So we'll let them do that. And then over here, we can probably do, you know, like some business. There's a little bit of commercial on the corner there kind of thing. That's fine with me. A few places for people to shop over here is a good thing. Probably the same thing over here. We want like a corner store sort of thing happening right here. So we'll do that too. And there we go. That satisfies the low density residential that we need. Now, we also have access to some new buildings. And I wanted to go in and get some of those too. We have access to a brand new thing in this game that didn't exist before, and that is mixed housing. And these are commercial buildings that have apartments on top. So essentially the bottom floor is commercial and the top floor is apartments and stuff, which sounds kind of nice. So we're going to go ahead and rezone this area to do that. Since we have medium residential demand, we'll go ahead and have these guys do that. And if we can get these all deleted, I'm just going to delete them now. If we can get them all deleted, they should start occupying this space with a bit more efficient. Oh, I just went too far, didn't I? Well, guess what? You're zoned that way too. I'm hoping that they make a bit more efficient spacing with their buildings. Yeah, like that. Occupying the entire gap and the entire space there. Might have been nice if you were over, but that's okay. So we'll see how this works. This will give us some more medium residential. We need that. And then we're going to go with the industrial over here. Just continue to give them some space that they can use to build their industry, since there is some demand there too. Okay, so now it's just a matter of letting it go. Now there is a couple of things we're going to have to take a look at. And that is that these guys probably don't have access to healthcare, education, things like that. I think they're a little bit too far away. But the other thing to note is that we don't have any public transportation yet. I haven't done anything with taxis or buses or anything like that, which means people right now are completely reliant on their own personal vehicles. We need to change that as long as it's not going to bankrupt us. And as far as I can tell, we have a good monthly balance here right now. So I could probably do that and make sure that I'm giving people the services and stuff that they desire. So how about we go into the public transportation area, and I can go to a bus depot, or I can do the taxi depot. Taxis are low maintenance for me, low noise pollution, a lot less upkeep, and they have 20 vehicles, which isn't bad. However, the bus depot is going to be more effective and more efficient transportation around the city. The difference, though, is that buses need routes, and the taxis simply need taxi stops, right? So there's like dispatch center and stuff can go around too. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe a bus depot would be a good idea, and I think the bus depot can probably have this be. Well, where's our road? Where's our road depot? Didn't I build one of these? Or maybe I was going to. I don't see this building anywhere, and this road is getting really bad. All right, this building needs built first. Let's see what our budget's like once we have this building operational. Let's put this in. That looks disgusting. Oh, why does it look so bad? Oh, terrain. Oh, I don't like how the terrain is doing that. Why are you sinking down? Don't do that. I mean, I guess it has to, right? It's got to be level with this road. All right, we're gonna have to do some more of this then. Kind of do. Just want to level you out a little bit, you know? Maybe if I did something like this would probably help a lot, right? Like if I just say, hey, be level with this road. Just have the whole thing level with this road. And just make this kind of a cliff sort of thing. Then if I put you over here, which I just spent way too much money doing this, you should at least be... Yeah, I don't want to get super close to that. We'll put it here. it's just still bad. I really do wish the game was better at handling that kind of stuff. I just wish it was. But looks like we have road construction crews going out now to help out, so that's going to be good. Anytime somebody gets in an accident, this stuff can happen as well. So it's no bueno, man. I want to have, I think, a road, one of these gravel roads, I suppose, probably connect to here. This is mostly just to transfer power this area because I really don't like people parking here, and I want to find a way to get power transferring over somewhere else. The other way to do it, of course, is just to use the power poles to do it. So if I wanted to make sure that power always got this way and I was still using, I could use these power poles. So this is what I've done right here, is I've gone and I've made a power pole that can get power from this point to this point. So we technically don't need these highways anymore. As long as I have this road here, it should transfer power through this to get out to the other side. So I think, anyway, I should be able to make this a highway now, just so that I don't have people parking here. And I believe this is good to change because we have that power pole. We shouldn't have to do this, but also we can't have any buildings on this road either. Okay. That makes sense, actually, because that's the entire point. So let's go ahead and put this road back in. There we go. But I don't want anybody on this, parking on this, so we're not going to let that happen either. And then this one here, probably I want to avoid parking here too. So if I can make this a highway, it shouldn't matter because this road exists to get the power over that way. And then we have the power poles over here to get power over into this circuit area over here. So I don't believe we'll need this either, just to get people to where they don't park on here. I can also, I think there's a way in City Skylines 1, I know there is a way to like get rid of street parking. So it's probably one of those things where I need to level up to have that kind of control. And so I'll look to do that later. But the other thing, of course, I can do is just to actually add parking lots, and then people will try to use those. So I'll look into that later too. Okay, how does this area look? See, they all kind of raise themselves up here, which I didn't really want. I wanted you to be much lower to the water, which I suppose means I need to bring this down a lot more if I want that to happen. But it doesn't look the best, but it's okay. I guess it's fine. Whatever. Just make sure that people are able to build their homes over here like that. Okay, so we'll allow them to build even more homes. Then I think over here, I wanted to have like another little town, not a town, a little suburb over here. I think would be good, right near the cemetery and things. But again, it's another one of those things where I don't know whether or not we're going to be able to get education and healthcare and all that stuff to these people. What is this? Oh, a crime scene. A crime has been committed here. Oh, it's a crime scene. Interesting. Do you not have police coverage? Securing crime scene. Yeah, okay. So it got secured. Interesting. I've never seen that logo before, so that's pretty cool. How is my coverage actually on this stuff? So for fire, we're looking okay. This stuff up here is a major issue for fire, though. I have two options. I can either have a new fire department, which isn't great, or honestly, I think I'd rather just let it burn down and rebuild it because it would be way cheaper to do that. Or I could use one of these fire watch towers, right? So I can go into our technology. We have extra technologies we can unlock now, and I could get a fire watch tower. The thing is, the watchtower costs more than a depot. Like, I might as well just have a firehouse because the watchtower costs more than the firehouse. I don't understand that, but that's what they've done here. So if I was to go into, like, I'll unlock it and I'll show you. So I'll unlock this. So if I come over to this area, let's say I want to protect this area with fire. Well, the watchtower reduces the hazard by 10%, and it also reduces the response time by 80%. And I would place this kind of anywhere, and it would cover this little circle, right? Or I could place a firehouse, and it has 4 engines, and it would then cover this entire area, and we wouldn't have to worry about fire at all, right? So if let's say I do the firehouse right here, okay? I cover this entire area with fire. It's real easy. As we expand and get more industries over here, we're very covered by fire. No big deal. We got fire department here, fire department here. These guys are all covered by fire. These guys, not so much, but it's okay. We'll probably put another firehouse over here too, just because I'm going to expand this direction. So I'll want another firehouse as well. So I can put another one like over here or something, okay? And then if I did that, we now have access to fire on this side too, because this is closer, okay? This is 20,000 and it has 4 fire engines. Actual people who are going to respond to fires. And then the watchtower doesn't have any firefighters, doesn't have any engines. All it does is reduce the hazard and increase our response time. But you know what else increases the response time? Like physically having firefighters there. So that's what I'm going to do instead. These firehouses are 20,000 a month. These ones here are 25,000 a month. Yes, this costs more upfront, but it ends up paying for itself in like a year. So it's kind of no big deal. Okay, good. So we have extra fire coverage now. We shouldn't have any problem with fires. How is police department? Let's see how we're doing there. Where is the police? Right here. All right, so over here, not covered very well. We're starting to lack on coverage over there. And of course, over here, we're not covering very well either. Let's see. How much does that cost? So police station is 31,920. Very specific, but okay. Our only fire station is currently over here, so we're going to want another one if we're going to expand this way. And we'll put another fire station, I think right off the main road here. I think this is a good spot. Put it on this side. Yeah, like right by the firehouse. We just put it on the main road. I've been saying I don't want to do that the whole time, and I still don't, so I guess. We'll place it here. So we have more fire coverage, more police. How's our health coverage? Healthcare is kind of lacking too, isn't it? Sure is. Lacking quite badly in the areas like over here where it's needed. Over here is going to be needed too. So let's go ahead and get ourselves another medical clinic as well. And we can place this kind of off in this area here too. And it's looking to me, honestly, like this road should be upgraded. Like this road is... Maybe I should probably put these things over here instead. Why don't we expand this arterial road here. And we'll get this to go straight this direction. Like that. And then I think we'll go with a better road. Probably like a 3-laner. I mean, we might as well go 4 lanes. The upkeep on a 3-lane asymmetrical is identical to a 4-lane road. The monthly upkeep is the same. It's honestly not even that difference in cost to build. It's $23.75 per kilometer here and $27.50 per kilometer here. It really doesn't matter much, right? So we can make this a bit, a bit bigger. I'll look at it in the future, but for now, I'm just going to take this road and get it to connect maybe like right here. And then what I think I want to do is I'm going to move this firehouse beyond this road instead, right here on the corner. Have it be here so that it can turn right and get going where it needs to go. And then we'll have the police station move as well, but this time it'll be located here. And then what we'll do is we'll upgrade this road, and let's upgrade this one as well to here. And then we might as well go like this one too. This one we can expand, we can actually bring this all the way around the cemetery, I think. At least I thought we could have. Maybe it's gonna have to be an alley. That's fine. We'll just do an alley instead. No? You won't let me do it, huh? I'll fix you. There's nothing that says I can't do this. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure this actually happens. So we're gonna go around the outside right here. There we go. And then you're gonna go straight this way and then over. It's fine. And then this road will now connect from here to here. Easy. Okay, good. So we're gonna provide the basic services and stuff, right? Over on this side, we're gonna have a highway. I think this is a good spot for a highway. We're gonna take the highway. It's gonna be a 2-lane highway. And so no way to pass. Maybe we just do the 4-laner. 3-lane. We could do it. Kind of want to do it on the other side, to be honest. 4-lane highway this way seems a bit excessive, doesn't it? I also feel like we could do the highways through here too. Should be easy to do, but the problem is that some of these roads, like in here, they are these buildings are actually on this road. So like if this one seems like it's a good one to upgrade, that one would work. And same thing with this one, right? I could do highways here just to make sure people are traveling faster, right? So something like that would be okay. And that makes sure people are traveling faster. So like they have street parking here, but then after that, there's no street parking and you just go. You just go where you need to go, man. So over on this side, I don't really think I need to have this be a 4-lane road. I probably shouldn't do that completely. So maybe from here we change it. I think we will. From here, we're going to change this. This is going to become a... could just do a basic highway here instead. Through here. So this is going to go out this direction. And the goal here is to get this to be like a nice little neighborhood, like a suburb, if you will. Okay. And so what I'll do is we'll go over with these streets, these 2-lane road streets, and I'll have kind of, let's say I have one on this side going this way. Okay. Easy. About here, I guess. It doesn't have to be a 90, so we'll go about there with it. Okay. And then we'll also have, I think, another one going by the cemetery. So we should have this road keep going until it gets to about here. And then I think I want a road going by the cemetery. So we'll say right about like here. And then over this direction, right alongside it like that. Yep. And then you're going to go this way. And then you're going to come over from this road is going to also go this direction and meet up with it over here. So now we've got this road that kind of goes around. That's pretty good. I'll probably make this a highway too. I don't think there's any reason to have anyone here on this road like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a highway as well. Well, there is one problem, and that is that our substation, our power substation is there. Let's move that again. I'm going to keep moving this thing. We'll put it right there, right there. And then we'll take the power poles and get them to be hooked up from here to there. Okay. Is that too low to the ground? No. Looks pretty good. And everybody's going to have power now, so no one should complain. Okay. So the trick to getting power into here, though, is going to have, it's going to be all these other little roads that we're going to put in. Okay. Because you have to transfer power somehow. So we're going to have this road go all the way around the cemetery like that. I think that's a good idea. And then we're going to have this road also go in from here straight across like this. So extra ways in, right? From here, we'll do the alleys. And I kind of want to do this. I don't want everything to be super efficient, right? I kind of want to curve these things. I'm going to have a road that kind of comes straight across like that and curves there. And then we're going to have another one that goes out this way. And let's say it curves around. Like just a slight curve would be cool. Like right about like maybe here. Okay. And then we'll have another one that goes out from here. And maybe it also has a curve and it goes out about like there. And then we have one more that goes out. And you see what I'm doing. It has another curve. It goes out about like there. All right. So this gives us some pretty good, I think, a pretty good foundation for houses. We'll cross this road to have it be about like this. All right, cool. It's like a little, yeah, suburb. And then I'll have you come out and, or subdivision. That's the word I'm looking for. Not suburb, subdivision. There you go. Just a place where people live, man. Go like that. And then straight over, we'll hook up to that road. There we go. And then this one can go over like that, and it's a dead end. Yep. And then this one can go over like this, and it's a dead end. And notice how it's kind of cutting in a little bit here, so it's not going to be perfect. I'm all right with that. One might even say it's intentional. There we go. Slight deviation there. And then maybe we'll have another house that kind of comes in, like another road that goes like that. Another road that maybe goes out like that. How about we cut this over like this? There we go. Okay, cool. So there is another residential area that people can go ahead and live in. All right. I'm super comfortable with that one. All in the neighborhood, right? And we don't have to worry about them building on this road because it's a highway. Yay. Figured it out. All right. But they have enough connections to where they can have power and water and all that stuff already delivered here. Speaking of which, how are my utilities? Ooh, a film actor mansion. Signature building available. Hey. I'm not leveled up yet, but I'd like to be. That film actor is going to live on the water. Okay. And his house is quite large. It's too big to go in this area. Probably we'll wait for the... Yeah, we're going to wait for the stuff to become available. I suppose I could also maybe put him... I don't want him to be right next to the road, though. He's going to have to be kind of more secluded, right? How about way over here? This isn't a bad spot. Maybe he lives on his own road on the corner over here. Maybe we give him like a little gravel street like this. That, right? Actually, we probably wouldn't want him to live that close to people. Right? Too close. Let's put him over here instead. There we go. And then we could say maybe he lives right over here. If it lets me do it, which it may not. Doesn't look like it wants to rotate. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, is right here. Yeah. There's the mansion. Right on the water. That looks pretty good. Sure does. Looks comfy. Doesn't look level at all. I wish it was level. Kind of want to make it level. I don't think the game will let me do that, though. If I was to use the flatten tool here, it probably won't let me do it. Not really. Is it because of the road? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll, oh, we definitely don't want to do that. Here, bring that back. Give him his stuff back. Okay. There we go. Go about like that with it. And then I think we're going to want to do a slope here. These tools are really strong. So you got to really be careful of what you're doing here. All right. I think maybe this little step is good. I do want to lower this part. I think it's probably a good thing to cut this, bring this back over. Just a little bit here. There we go. Make it look a bit more natural. All right, cool. We have a famous person who lives here now, and he is really far away from the city. Okay, so at this point, I'm mostly just sort of reacting to whatever the game's telling me, and I really don't want the videos to be like that. So we're gonna leave the video here. I have added a medical center here too to provide medical coverage for these guys because we weren't gonna have that. And you know, we have the police and fire, so we might as well get some medical coverage here too. Our budget is looking pretty solid. We're only down 11,000 a month, which is pretty good. And we're actually importing power right now. It's like we actually have a positive balance. Good. We're importing power right now, and so I can actually go in and put in another one of these wind turbines here, little wind turbines, and we'll do that to be. Let's put it. I don't really know which direction it should face, but we're gonna put it this direction. Right about here should be fine. Yep. Give it a little bit of space. Make sure I can upgrade it. And you know, we can put one more over here too. Why not? Put one right about, let's say here. This is 4.8. That's not full. Might as well put it in a place where it's going to be full. And that's probably going to be back here somewhere. Yeah, about like this. We'll put one there, and then we just have to make sure for power poles that we are hooked up and serving power to the masses. We'll just go ahead and do that. And that is the equivalent cost that we were already paying for importing power. But of course, it is going to provide us with a lot more power than what we were buying for the same cost. and we'll end up making a surplus on that too. So we'll continue to add more services, continuing to add parks. I'm going to go ahead and add things like the campfire site I just added here. We've had several parks and stuff kind of popped in here too. So put a park right there. I'm going to put a park right over here. Right. And so we're just going to let people be happy by the fact that they have that. I don't know about education. Education seems bad. What I'm hoping we can do, though, and I think we're going to do this in the next video, is we're going to start setting up some public transportation. Now that I have the budget to be able to afford that kind of stuff, we're going to set up a public transit. So we're going to get a bus depot going. We're going to get some bus routes going that takes people from these areas like this and brings them into the city near the school. Same thing with these guys over here. Bring them in. Anything we do over in this area, bring them in. We'll probably have a residential area over here too, nearby a farm, because we're going to have, farming happening right here. And then we'll have to move the landfill too. There's not that much garbage, so it shouldn't be very hard to do. But we need to upgrade our city. Our city needs to upgrade to level 6 before I can purchase additional land. I'll probably purchase this one over here. We'll purchase probably definitely this one, and probably like 4 over here on this side, so we can get closer to the tracks and stuff. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. So I hope you guys will come on back for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm pretty sure the fire department will get here, so don't worry about it. They're dispatched. See, they're on their way right there. There they are. They'll get here. It's only a little bit of time. Probably should give them a little bit of a shortcut here, shouldn't I? Put this over here like that. Okay. Take care, guys. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.